what I
Right.
love about what you do in your books and your talks and the things that you bring to the table and you share with people so readily, so willingly, and so genuinely is actual tools, right? It's the difference
Right.
between go build a house and here's a hammer, here's how to use it. Here's a saw, here's how to use it. Here's how you make blueprints, like actual real
Right.
tools.
Well, there's a book called Steal Like an Artist, which I would recommend everybody reads. I did not write it, but I love it. Wish I had written it. But Steal Like an Artist, because it tells you exactly the same way. Utilizing AI now to say, be my coach and do those things. We always talk about mentorship, but I always talk about being a Sherpa. And the stakes of having the stakes of a Sherpa at the top of Mount Everest is very different, right? You could get a theoretical display. Some guy in a building in San Francisco does a theoretical model, does this. Okay, just follow this path and you'll be able to climb to the top. You'd be a fool to follow that you'd be a fool not to have a Sherpa. So the mentorship and having a Sherpa is there because the consequence for failure on Mount Everest is death. The failure for consequence in not having a Sherpa in your business is a different kind of death. If you don't want to die, get a mentor, get a guide, get a teacher, get a board member, get a Sherpa, right? But I like Sherpa because the stakes of Sherpahood are very different. When they say put your foot here, you put your foot there. And along that line, when I'm working with clients, I have three areas that I talk to them about. I have opinions. Just like everybody else, I have an opinion. Don't listen to me on my opinions. Then I have suggestions. You should really listen to me because I'm 85% sure that this is there. And then I have recommendations. Don't listen to that, you die. And it's the same as put your foot here, not there. Because if you put it there, you don't know, but you're going to fall to your death. Same thing. So get a Sherpa who's been there, who understands it, who, I'm going to say this nicely, whether you like them or not, once they've earned your trust because they've been successful there, is get to that point. But just like a teacher, there are very good elementary school teachers who I love dearly, who at the high school level would not have been good. Mrs. Roll in fourth grade is probably the teacher I identify as being one of the most important, and we had to read Helen Keller. And that's where I developed the life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. But what I was most impressed with Helen Keller was her guide. How did she know what was being said? The real impressive person there may or may not have been Helen Keller, but it certainly was the woman who was her guide. Find those people who can be your guide and then be a guide to somebody else. Because the best way to improve upon something is teaching somebody something.
I could not agree with you more. And I love the analogy with the Sherpa. And I think people believe that means they have to go find somebody and hire them. And they have to know them personally and they have to talk to them on a regular basis. And when you can do that and you're able to do that, that's wonderful. I think sometimes people forget when you read somebody's book and follow the things in the book,
Right.
They're now your mentor. They're now they're now the person helping you. When you watch them on YouTube and do the things that they're telling you to do.
Here's one thing I said in my book, Entrepreneurial Transitions, was there's nothing more dangerous than an executive just returned from a one-day seminar. Because they only know a fraction of it. They don't know the in-depth portion of it. And today I can take 15 one-day seminars with 3-minute Instagram talks and one long-form YouTube video and feel like I know everything. What you really want to do is not be a science experiment with your people, but work with your people. So what you really want to do is you really want to understand something, right? Identify it, understand it, and then you can make the changes. But truly, if there's things intuitively that you know, which is different than emotionally that you know, acquire skill sets. And what the internet today allows you to do is to sign up for Simon Sinek stuff. I mean, it's the most incredible stuff in the world. I love Simon Sinek. Mm-hmm. Mel Robbins. And these people are giving you practical, real information about how to get there. You know, the utilization of ChatGPT or any of the other ones is the Be My Coach. Just continually talk to it. It knows everything about you. And then it says, give me the 10 hard lessons I need to learn in order to improve. And then you don't like it as much as you did before, but the problem is you continue to train your bot to teach you what you're doing, and then it becomes there. So we all have access to it. If you have a phone that has ChatGPT on it, you have some of the greatest coaches in the world at a difference between you asking it a great question or asking it a good question. Don't be afraid to ramble when you're talking to your AI, because it will interpret all of those things and give you practical ways. And then don't blindly follow it, but deal with it, prioritize it, and then ask AI, in order for me to do things based on everything you know about me, what new skills do I have to acquire, or what do I need to refine, or